Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diana here at Wocky Pots Studio. And guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
It's Hump Day.
It's Hump Day. All right, so I don't know if you remember way back when, a million years ago, that series of commercials. I think they were for Geico. I'm not sure.
I don't even
I don't even remember what they were for. But my mom used to get the biggest kick out of that. Every Wednesday, she would post a thing on Facebook, or even if I talked to her on the phone, she'd say, "Guess what day it is?" And she meant it was Wednesday, Hump Day. Traditionally, it's the day of the week where you've gotten over the hump. You've gotten over the hump.
Yes.
You've gotten over the biggest part of the week, and the rest of the week is downhill. That's actually going to be the case for us now that we're going to Saturday and Sundays off.
This will be our first actual
weekend
week that has a Saturday, Sunday
It's
off.
going to be awesome.
So today is
Hump Day.
Hump
It really
Day
is.
for us.
So we're throwing off the hump today, and what that means is we're each going to put a big glob of clay on our wheel, and we're going to be pushing the clay up to the top, cutting off the things that we make and putting them off to the side, and hopefully we'll be making many things on the wheel. Now, I'm kind of hoping for some whiskey cup or teacup sized vessels, maybe some small condiment dishes or shot glasses. But you had just mentioned that this was the traditional way of throwing tea bowls for Asian tea
I was
service
reading
sets.
about it. You know how I like to research these things, but I found out that throwing off the hump has been around since like 3000 BC.
Time immemorable.
Yes. So and like with China and just little bowls to be used, and then Japan with the tea bowl service, and then it moved to Great Britain, and with more things being developed with it, and now here we are throwing anything and everything off of the
Right,
hump.
and we don't have any specific items we want to make. Like, it's not like we're making, as many egg cups as we can or whatever. We're just going to be making as many things as we can. There is always the difficult part that comes after, which is trimming things. So we want to make sure that we're not cutting off so much clay that it's impossible for us to trim the pieces. But the last time we did this, it was a lot of fun. We made a whole bunch of little condiment dishes, and it was a ball. Last time we did this, I threw with brown clay, you threw with white clay. This time we're both throwing with white clay.
Right, and of course we've got our rack back here to put things on. Of course, we're not going to be sitting on this side of the wheel.
Right.
We'll get ourselves turned around, get our clay, and then get the camera set up to go ahead and film some of what we've done.
All right, so here comes a time lapse and a montage of our making. Okay, everybody, we're back. It has been almost exactly an hour, and you have a little more clay on you than I do.
Always.
I forgot to put a shop towel next to my wheel, so I ended up wiping my hands on my pants a little bit, but that's okay.
I got it underneath
So
and everywhere.
I started with 8 pounds of clay.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much you had.
I had about 4, and then I went and got 2 more.
So you had about 6 pounds roughly. So I think we did really, really great. But we're going to count up now and see how many pieces we're able to make in a single hour by throwing off the hump.
All right, you go ahead
you want
and
me
go
to count?
first. Yeah.
I'll count first. All right, so...
You have big pieces.
all right, so we're going to talk about that for a second because I had aspirations of making large pieces on the wheel, and I got to tell you, I'm not disappointed at how some of them turned out. I had one, this is almost a full-size mug.
That's beautiful.
And that is definitely
a
full-size bowl. But we have some problems, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Right, let me go ahead and count up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 pieces.
All right, 15.
Now, how many you had?
Okay.
You're going to get
1,
pretty close to
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
15.
15?
We
No
both
way.
threw 15 pieces off the hump. Now that's pretty astounding, really. That's pretty amazing. Now I know
It
for
really
a fact
is.
I have a couple of pieces that aren't going to make it. That big bowl that I loved so much, I trimmed it too close to the bottom, and there's a hole in the bottom of that. I know that's not going to make it. And I have one other piece somewhere, I don't know exactly where, that is the same way. I cut it off too close to the bottom on the inside, and it has a hole. So I know for a fact 2 of mine aren't going to make it.
I probably have a couple also. Like, I see a tiny hole. See that little like pinhole there in that one?
Yep.
I think it's an air hole.
Might be an air bubble.
I think
Well,
I missed.
But you were using, Dinah was using reclaimed clay. So
Yes, I was.
if she only has 1 air bubble, that's miraculous.
4 pounds of it were. The other 2 was fresh, but
That's
the first 4
miraculous.
pounds were. Yes.
All right, so you got 15
And then,
pieces
of
and a
course-
couple of failures.
And then,
maybe.
of course, I have this strange little guy that I really think I could do mushrooms off the hump.
You could make the mushroom bell the cap.
Yes.
Well,
and if I left, and then if I got really narrow at the bottom, I think I could do the
Do the
stem.
whole thing.
I think I could do the whole thing.
you're
So
going to have to try it.
I'm going to experiment with that because that's
Well,
kind of fun. I
for
thought that was
us,
fun. It was the last thing.
The experimentation is fun. So
Yes.
you're discovering maybe mushrooms. I'm discovering maybe full-size mugs can be thrown off the hump. Now, the one thing I don't like so much is not having the skill yet to get that perfect thickness at the bottom. And that means that for a lot of them, they're leaning up a little bit and we're going to have major trimming to do. So on balance, right now, throwing off the hump isn't going to be faster and more efficient for us, but
But
is
it's
just
fun.
for fun, right? Just for fun, because today's hump day.
Yes,
right?
and
Right.
it was a great way to end our Wednesday
Right, we've
here
been
in the studio.
we've been pretty busy all day today making stuff
Yes.
in the studio. So that for us, this is just our last hour of production kind of work, and having between us made 30 pieces in an hour. That's pretty astounding.
Yes, it really is.
And even if we only were able to save 20, and I know we're going to have more than 20,
yeah,
but even if we only
definitely.
save 20, that's still a fair amount of pieces for an hour. I think that's really, really great. Now, we have to trim these. We will trim them up tomorrow. We're going to cover them in plastic tonight, and then we'll trim them up tomorrow. But you'll get a chance to actually see these trimmed up and ready to dry, and then go in our next bisque load. You'll be able to see that in a couple days in our next coffee time. Yep.
Yes. And that means we'll update you with how many of these pieces actually survive.
How many survive?
Because, sometimes they're not going to survive simply because we think they're really
Ugly. Or too
ugly,
thick
yes.
in one place or too thin in
One
another.
of the
or something.
things that I thought was really interesting throwing, especially when you're throwing so small, was how I could really just take my finger and my thumb and run from the bottom straight up the side to see my wall thickness.
Yes, that's
And,
definitely.
A lot of times I can't reach my hand down far enough to get all the way to the bottom if it's a larger piece. But with something like this, it was really nice to be able to see
With your fingertips.
with my fingertips, because I could really tell if it was the same thickness. I thought that was interesting.
When I'm throwing a full-size bowl or a mug, I will use this part of my hand, the area between these 2 knuckles, to help me pull up that first pull. I maybe only did that once or twice because I was using just my fingertips for all the pulls, and I did end up using the rib a couple times, but for the most part, it was almost all just with fingertips, and that's unusual. That's not how we normally do it, but it's easy when it's smaller.
While we were doing this, I was getting other ideas for fun things.
Oh, great! So you got more challenges for us.
Well, I was thinking about, okay, who can, trying to get the thinnest piece that you can make, or the piece that takes the longest. Like, how slow can you literally go and get a finished piece? Or how fast?
Or,
It would be kind of cool, these like little challenge things.
Yep. Well, that's what makes it fun and interesting. I know I did a couple of my pieces. I was going for more flat saucer shapes there at the end, because that's what I want to be able to throw. This clay is not good for that because it has no grog in it, so it wants to flop, and it's very, very floppy.
And I have no idea how much of my clay ended up in my water because I had several flops along
And
the
you
way.
put them, just put
and
them
I
in
just popped it
That's
right on it.
perfectly fine. I didn't have any major flops, major problems. I do have some little bits of clay in here, but I have probably about a pound of clay in my. This is just stuff I scraped from my hands, or trimmed off the top, or whatever. So I think we did very, very well. All right. Well, we'll do this. We're going to take some close-up pictures of these and show you at the end of the video. But you'll be able to see these pieces trimmed. You'll be able to see the survivors trimmed up at our next coffee time, and we'll see out of the 30 finished pieces here, 30 pieces we threw. We'll see how many actually make it to the drying stage. Okay. Okay. All right, well, guys, thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Please do that. It helps us out a lot. And I guess we'll see you. Our next video will be probably our coffee time video, or maybe our online market video. We should have another couple videos coming out in the next several days, including our first ever online market video, which we're hoping to film on Friday, maybe out by Friday evening. And then our online market should be open. We're still thinking on Saturday.
Yes, everybody cross your fingers.
Yeah, we're hoping. All right, so let's go ahead and sign it out because we got to wrap this stuff up, and then we got to go inside for dinner.
Oh, yes. Oh, yummy.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We're having chili. I love it.
He makes the best chili.
I really do. I really do. It's fantastic. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later. Have a fantastic day no matter where you're at. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.